Hey everyone, it's James Lambert, the international speaker, coach, author, and positive transformation expert. So how you doing everyone? I hope your day is going beautifully and you've woken up with great enthusiasm and positivity and you're going about your life full of joy. So in this broadcast, I entitled it, Are You Congruent? And I really want you to take some time today, particularly later after this broadcast is finished, after you've watched the video in your own time. Yes, I understand if you've got a busy day, maybe when you next have a toilet break or a coffee break, or maybe just before bed. Ask yourself that question. Are you congruent? Now, what does that mean? That means that ideally, that your words are matching your behaviour, thoughts and feelings. So typically, if people get in touch with me and they say, I've got goals, I want to be a man or woman, but I want to be a man of success or virtue. I really want to get my business off the ground. I want to improve my weightlifting. Whatever the goal is, whatever they deem as being successful. And of course, it's entirely up to the client. It's up to you to decide what's important for you. That's fine. I encourage you in whatever you want to do and go for. This is your life. However, when your actions don't match up with that which you say, there is a problem. And it's not affecting me, but it's your life. So what I encourage you to do is get your language and your actions, your actions to match your language. If you're going to say, yeah, I want to drop weight, I'm going to commit to a regime of running definitely before work, and 3 out of 5 days in the week I'm going to run after work as well. Now, that's great. You've made a commitment. You might have even wrote it down on your calendar. You've got all the gear. Brilliant. That's excellent. Are you putting in the work? Quite as simple as that. It's just, and it's brought in stark relief again today, because it's just what seems to me common sense, but obviously it's not so common. But when you say you're going to do something, or you make an arrangement to speak at a certain time, whatever it is, to my way of thinking, I just do it. And if for any reason that I'm unable to meet my commitments, because my word's so important to me, I would let them know. I would have the courtesy and decency to let them know. I value my time, so I value others' time. And yet it's extraordinary sometimes how people do not first and foremost honour their words. Words have become too cheap in my. I was brought up, I'm so grateful for this, and the generation where your word was your bond. So if you said something, you would back it up with action, you'd do it. Now this applied in and outside of the ring. This was a quality, a mandate for life. So if I say I'm going to meet you at the gym at such and such a time, I do it. If I say I'm going to commit to a workout program, I'm going to do it. Now that's me, and I know that. I've got high expectations. That's why I've been successful in everything I've put my mind to. But I do not expect, because I've made a video about beware expectations, but I hope for that in other people. Now, of course, you can't help but feeling let down if people don't keep their word. But more importantly, I'm more worried for the people involved. For typically, and this is what's most distressing, the people that don't keep their word are those, first and foremost, that get most disappointed if people don't keep their word or promises to them. But even more importantly, to my way of thinking, they actually are saying, they're talking a lot, they make big bold proclamations about, they're hustling, or they want to be a man of success and virtue, and they are not, so blatantly, obviously, not backing up with words. So my whole life I've been about, I walk the walk and I talk the talk. So all I gently invite you to ask yourself, are you doing the same? Are you being congruent? And no judgment, not from me, and I don't want you to heap self-condemnation and guilt upon yourself. But if you're not being congruent, if you are typically breaking your promises, if you aren't sticking to your goals, if you aren't sticking to your diet or your weightlifting log, whatever it may be, just reevaluate that. Moreover, understand your why. You may have never had one to begin with, but what's your why? The why has to be so important that's going to get you up early when you don't feel like it. You know that we're going into the autumn, winter's ahead, when it's snowing maybe, when it's cold, when the lure of your warm bed is going to be stronger than that morning run? What is going to get you being the operative word, out of bed? What is going to get you to finally commit to writing your book, to learning a new language, a piece of musical instrument? You know, what is it going to take? And don't just say what you think I want to hear, or your parents, or your cousins, or your peer group. Your why has to be so devastatingly personal that it is going to literally propel you into action. So you see, typically I see clients, I've done it myself. It's important that you know. But we say, oh, what's your why? Oh, I want to get fitter. I want to get stronger. That's not enough. It's not enough. Because sometimes, maybe when there's your favourite show on Netflix, you might go, oh, I just missed it this once, because I am still getting fitter and I'm fitter than I was last month. It needs to be, and I can't tell you what it is, by the way. You have to dig deep, very personal. And it doesn't have to be overtly profound. It could be, you know, about making a better, for me, I want to leave a very positive legacy. So every single word, thought, behaviour and feeling I do is with that end. Ultimately, will this get me nearer to making an impact positively on millions of people? And if it doesn't tick that box, I know that it's not beneficial for me. It's not beneficial for my legacy. I'm very sincere about that. So when I'm working out, it's not just for me and for t-shirt muscles. It's so I have got the health to travel the world and to meet my international speaking commitments. It's so I can show up and give my clients and businesses, the entrepreneurs I'm blessed to serve now, the best of me. Now, you may not be a speaker, but whatever your career, whatever your chosen path, you do need to look after yourself in order to meet your goals. Your goals. So I'm asking you again, are you congruent? And if you're not, okay, start doing something about it. Start developing a very strong why as to going after your goals. What does it mean to you? What does it mean? Can you imagine your maybe lovely son or daughter's face, their look of joy when you've reached your goal? Or maybe you want to do it to prove something to someone. That's okay too. Your mother or father, picturing their face when you say, finally, this is the keys to your own home or flat, you know, mortgage free, or maybe a car. It doesn't have to be materialistic. It could be a feeling. You know, a teacher might have said nothing would come of you. Prove them wrong. Prove them wrong. I love doing that. I love doing it. Whatever works for you, this is the important thing, for you. Whatever excites you, whatever gets you out of bed and towards your goals. That's the most important thing. So I just want to leave it there today. Are you congruent? If you are, crack on, and that's good. And if you're not, I gently ask you to look at it. And if you notice it in others, that's fine, but we're talking about ourselves. So just be careful where you're saying, are your words and behaviour matching? So you're saying, oh, I'm hustling. At best, what are you doing, 8 hours? There's no judgment, but you know, all of those hours you may be watching Netflix or this, or on your video games. You know, they could be better spent on your goals and success. And to be honest, you and I both know, if you put half as much passion and commitment into that you do in some of your hobbies, video games or looking through gossip magazines, you could actually do phenomenal things on what you really love in like 6 months, in a year, 18 months, 2 years down the road. So why not start now? So as I say, I just invite you to consider this question now and later on, certainly. Are you being congruent? This is particularly for those of you that want more out of life, that say you want more in all areas, abundance in all areas, not just fiscal, but in your health, in your relationships, in your bank account, yes, in your growth, in your personal development, in your learning and knowledge, wisdom, in all areas. Are you being congruent? And if not, it's time to shape up or get out of the way of those of us that are about our business. Okay, as always, with much, much love from my heart to yours, know that you are unstoppable and I believe in you. Until next time.